You got him for abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we continue our journey with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Tonight we are coming to you live from Auto Club Speedway for the Alpha 250 for round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-Am Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co with Jason Allison. I am your commentator Sean Zulu. I am joined by my good friend and producer Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great, Sean. How you doing?
Oh, I am doing good too, thank you. And Dave, tonight, racing at Auto Club Speedway after taking a break for the 4th of July. It feels like it's been forever. I miss these drivers, so I'm ready to get back in the mix of things.
Yeah, it seems like we've been going here with the Extreme Motorsports, but we are getting ready to kick off here as we are here at Auto Club Speedway for the Alpha 250 in the K&N Pro Series, sponsored by ibog.co.
Oh, absolutely, and it looks like our race conditions tonight. We do have a 78-degree Fahrenheit air temperature, partly cloudy, with a 78-degree Fahrenheit track temperature as well, with winds coming from the north at 2 miles an hour. And the drivers, as usual, do have a 50% fuel limit, that is 50%. So we should expect to see at least 2 to 3 green flag pit stops, or I should say 2 to 3 required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make it the full length of the race here tonight. 136 laps, 136. Just a recap from last race we had, the Rocket Chassis 142 at Texas Motor Speedway. We did have Hunter McDaniel bring it home for his first win of the season. The 8 of Waylon Williams right behind him in 2nd place. Ralph Van der Forst 3rd. Garrett Robinson 4th. Marty Ray 5th. Tommy Amasi 6th. Caleb Daniels 7th. Joshua Gillen 8th, Gary Woobot 9th, and David White did round up the top 10. And in that race, Marty Ray did take the pole. Well, moving on to our current season standings, we still have Cody McFadden in the lead, and we have two drivers tied for second place. That would be Hunter McDaniel, who had his first win once again last race at Texas Motor Speedway, and he is tied with Garrett Robinson for second place. Ralph Vandervoort still third in points. Damian Crump still fourth in points. Marty Ray going from 6th up to 5th, gaining 1 spot. Great job, Marty. Gary Woolbot still 6th in points. Tommy Amasi still 7th. Travis Pryor did drop a couple of spots down from 5th place down to 8th. The 6'4 of David Schneer from 8th place to 9th. And Adam Eisenhower from 9th place to 10th place. Starting tonight's race here once again, the Alpha 250 Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. And check them out at ibog.co. Well, we are about to be done with the qualifying session, and we do see some people in the chat. We do have Pat T, Timothy Petito, and also Robinson Gaming, and that would be Garrett Robinson, one of the drivers here, who is tied in second place with Hunter McDaniel. Well, he's on vacation so far, just pretty much taking it easy. Hope you're having fun there, Garrett. We're missing you. That qualifying is almost over, and we do have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower on the pole, and Cody McFadden right behind him. And so far, the last driver putting down a qualifying time is the 5 of Gary Woolbot, who starts in the back in almost every single race and finds his way up front towards the very end of the race. And Dave, coming from the last race we had at Texas Motor Speedway, Turn 2 did claim a lot of drivers. And tonight might be the same, Dave, because this track is very bumpy and no banking whatsoever.
We are at Auto Club. It is a high-speed track, so these guys will be putting down some great lap times here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And with those bumps comes some good tire wear. I should say some bad tire wear. Tires will play a very, very key factor for these drivers tonight. And by the looks of it, we have advanced into the gridding session. So we will give the drivers, a few seconds before we go down the list. And absolutely, Tim, let's burn it down. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower taking the pole tonight. The 64 of Cody McFadden, who has been the leader in points for the longest time possible, is second place on the pole, on the grid. The 81 Travis Pryor starting 3rd, Ralph Vandervoort 4th, the 8 of Waylon Williams 5th, 65 of Marty Ray starting 5th, the 8 of Waylon Williams 5th, Marty Ray 6th, I apologize. 48 of Christopher Smith 7th. The 57 of Hunter McDaniel 8th. The 05 of Tommy Amasi 9th. And a new driver here tonight, the 47 of Dirk Staliker, starting in the 10th place spot, rounding up the top 10. The 59 of David White starting 11th. 11 of Ken Ladd 12th. The 40 of Joshua Gillen 12th. 13th, the 72 of Brian Wasserman 14th. We do have the 12 of Damian Crump starting 15th. 03 of Don Kidder Jr. 16th. The 31 of Andrew Riley starting 17th. The 4 of Michael Snow 18th. The 10 of Caleb Daniels 19th. And the 41 of Dennis and Jermaine rounding up the top 20 in tonight's grid. 36 of Jason Eisenhower 21st, 20 spots behind his brother Adam Eisenhower. The 18 of Rick Mason starting 22nd. The 25 of Timothy McBrayer 23rd. And once again, the last driver qualifying here tonight, the 5 of Gary Woolbot. The 19 of Andy Starcher here will be starting in the 25th place spot. So tonight we do have a 25 car field here for 136 laps, and by the looks of it, unfortunately, the 12 Damian Crump is having some connection problems, but we do hope that he gets it sorted out and gets back in here as soon as possible. But right now, we do have the drivers now rolling for the first time, this time by being led by Adam Eisenhower. Travis Pryor right behind him on the inside line. Cody McFadden on the outside with the help of the 66 of Ralph Vandervoort. So going green for the first time. this time by. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen, and get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a bumpy ride. We have a new viewer checking into the chat there. John Marine, good to see you, buddy. Absolutely, that's Joe White saying right there. Got some bad fast drivers at a bad fast track. That's absolutely right. We are now exiting turn number 4, going green this time by the 86 of Adam Eisenhower is in control of this restart. The pace car does dip off the racing surface, and 86 of Adam does put it down to floor 6-4. McFadden sees it coming. 81 of Pryor caught sleeping. Ralph Vanderforst right now trying to hold off the 8 of Williams, where he has his inside line here before the entrance to turn 1. And for the back in the pack, 48 of Christopher Smith trying to hold off the 65 of Marty Ray. Marty Ray will back off here to try and go back down to the inside line. Nope, he maintains the outside due to his inside being occupied by the 57 of Hunter McDaniel here on the exit of turn number 2. And right now we do have a lot of single file for the top 3, but then a lot of double file from Waylon Williams back to about 65 of Marty Ray here on lap 1.
Yeah, they are putting down some blistering speeds. They are getting these K&N Pro Series cars up to over 180, up to 190 mile an hour here at Auto Club. So we are going to have some blistering speeds, and hopefully we'll get to see some green flag pit stops, because Sean, as you know, I love my green flag pit stops.
Oh, absolutely. Those do separate the men from the boys. They do spread out the field, and it's always interesting to see exactly how different strategies work out for different drivers here. It's not over until it's over, but races can be won or lost on pit road entrance or exit. But yep, let's see what these drivers have in store for us. And then we have some bump drop action going on here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. The 8 of Williams behind the 81 of Travis Pryor, trying to hunt down the 64 McFadden and the 86 of Adam Eisenhower.
Yeah, Adam Eisenhower is putting down some blistering speeds here, as he is still leading this pack here, leading every lap so far here on lap 3 of 136. But he has got some competition behind him, because our points leader, the 64 of Cody McFadden, is right there. And then back in 3rd place, the 81 of Travis Pryor, who we seen get collected up in a couple incidents the past few weeks. But he is looking pretty sharp out there, but he is under fire from the 8 of Waylon Williams. A little further back, Christopher Smith under fire from Hunter McDaniel. We know he is tied in 2nd place with the points, currently running back in 6th position.
Today we had some 3 wide between all 5 Tommy Himasi, 6'5" with Marty Ray and Ralph Vanderforst. But they did sort it out back to single file here on lap number 4 on that back straightaway. These drivers trying to take advantage of the drop the best they can of the draft here. We'll keep these guys bunched up, and they will work together for a common good to try and run down those leaders. And Dave, the leader, Adam Eisenhower, is pulling up from the 2nd place driver, Cody McFadden. Last I checked on these 2 drivers, the gap was about 0.2 of a second. They were 0.2 of a second apart, but now that's going up to about 0.5 of a second.
Yeah, as we are here riding on the roof cam of Adam Eisenhower, looking back at Cody McFadden. Cody looks like he is closing it. He is getting closer to that back deck lid there of Adam Eisenhower. So they are starting to close it up as we get a good look at the rest of the field. The back of the way, it looks like it's pretty much single file here, all the way back past 10th position here, as we jump over to the 59 of David White, as he has got the 47 of Derek Starkenlecker there right behind him. But meanwhile, going back to Don Kidder, right behind the 03 of Don Kidder, we got some 2 wide, as these guys are battling out for positions all over the track.
Yep, Andrew Riley, 10 of Caleb Daniels going at it here. The 10 of Daniels does fall short. 31, Andrew Riley benefits from that off the exit of turn 2, and Riley now has the 11 of Ken Ladd right behind him. And speaking of Ken Ladd has sustained some left front damage on that machine, and looks to the inside of 31 of Andrew Riley entering turn 3 on the exit of 4. We will have him here. Nicely done by Ken Ladd.
Yeah, and look who's right there on the move. The 36 of Jason Eisenhower, all the way up into 15th position. We know he started back in 20th, but he is just picking these guys off. But he is now under fire from the 10 of Caleb Daniels as they are too wide here. And also right there, the 40 of Joshua Gillen is also starting to stick his nose into this battle a little bit.
Yep, Joshua just got around the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Now his next victim is the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And for the back in the pack, Dave, we do have the 4 of Michael Snow here, riding single file, having a Sunday drive behind the 19 of Andy Starcher. I mean, I should say Andy Starcher, I pretty much mentioned this every single race we have, but Andy Starcher is known to have the worst luck so far this season. But so far doing an amazing job here, coming out every single week, trying to improve his races and have a better performance, and it does pay off. And so far he has gained 7 spots this far, started 27th with no qualifying time, and is now in the 20th place position behind the 25 of Timothy McBrayer here. And they are actually, the 19 of Andy is in the draft of the 25 of McBrayer here, and is having a different race line so far here. So he has caught the 25 of McBrayer on the exit of turn 1. He's now using the draft on the front stretch.
Yeah, most definitely here, coming on lap 9 of 136 here tonight. These guys, I tell you, this is what they consider a lower tier, but I mean, these drivers still give it their all. They are not only racing for a championship here in the K&N Series, but they are also trying to prove their way to move up into the other ranks here at Extreme Motorsports, to maybe get a seat in the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series. Then, of course, there's always the Cup Series, which you guys can watch every Thursday night live on OSR Network with Joe White and Ryan Daniels, the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Monster Energy Cup Series. Definitely tune in Thursday nights, check them out. They have a lot of pro drivers, a lot of great action, so definitely got to check them out on Thursday night as well.
Oh, absolutely. And Dave, we have a new viewer checking into the chat. One of the usual drivers, or usual viewers. Thank you for tuning in there, George Gibbs. It's good to see you again. Okay, for the back in the pack, we have a battle again between the 19 of Andy Starcher and the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. 19 of Starcher was able to get around Timothy McBrayer, but McBrayer tried to take what was rightfully his, which was that 19th place position. They do stay side by side throughout this front stretch. And Dave, what I've noticed about these drivers so far, everybody on the front stretch is riding that high line. I'm not sure what's going on the outside line, but usually I see everyone riding the bottom lane because it is the shortest way around the track. But here tonight it's different.
Well, Sean, the one thing you got to remember, though, riding that outside lane, you're going to save your tires a little bit more. Riding that inside lane or the low lane there, it's going to cause you a little bit more tire wear. So these drivers got to be aware of that, because I think tires and fuel mileage is going to be a key factor here tonight.
Oh, that's absolutely right. I'm glad you mentioned that. And in practice, Dave, I saw a lot of drivers pushing on the exit of turn number 2. It does seem to, if you go, there's a little bit of a black groove in between the white line and the white line in the second lane in turn number 1, in between turns number 1 and 2. And when you tap that, drivers usually get loose. So these drivers are all staying above that black line to try and save it. At the same time, try not to make their car upset, because now once that car gets upset, it will snap around and will catch you off guard at these speeds. And we have one driver on pit road, Dave. 05 of Tommy Amasi down pit road this time by on lap number 12. I'm not sure what happened to 05 of Tommy Amasi. Oh, looking at his machine right now, he does have some right front damage on that machine of his. Is now entering his pit stop. Oh, his pit box. He did go sideways into it. I was able to stop it in time. His right side does go up. His left side gonna go up. Yes, the left side goes up. 4 tires, full tank of gas. And he's going to be using his backup car. Nope, doesn't look like it, Dave, but he is staying extra long on pit road, so he is definitely getting some of the damage fixed.
Yeah, most definitely, Sean. He's going to get pounded out, try to save that backup car for later in the race. Meanwhile, going back up front, we are still being led by Adam Eisenhower in the 86 machine, as he is putting down some great lap times. Meanwhile, the 64 of Cody McFadden just is not letting him pull away. he's right about a second behind him, a little less than a second there. So he is within still striking distance. Waylon Williams running in your third position. Fourth will be Hunter McDaniel, and Travis Pryor running out your top 5 right now.
Oh, absolutely. And so far, Cody McFadden just seems to be following the same exact race line of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, following the exact same race line and trying to correct any mistakes or any errors that Adam Eisenhower might make, so he can be able to benefit from that. And these drivers are now catching up to the back of the pack. 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain right now being caught by the leaders at a very, very fast rate. And he will be going a lap down. Actually, Dennis Saint-Germain is already being shown 1 lap down, so he did have a bad start here. He is hoping for a cut so he can be able to get back here on the lead lap, so he can be race of position with everybody else. Oh, Dave for the back of the pack, some trouble on the track. 59, David White gets spun out sideways. Contact with 11 of Ken Ladd. That 59 of White was able to somehow save that. Okay, let's back it up on David White and see what happened.
Well, we are going to pull up our Dre Broadcasting instant replay for the first time here tonight, focusing on the 59 of David White here, as we are going to rewind it here and take a look to see if we can see exactly what happened. And as I am currently trying to find it here. Yeah, it looks like some contact there between the 59 of David White. He was running on the inside there of the 03 of Don Kidder. Don Kidder gets a little loose. The 59 of David White, Ken Ladd also involved. Great job by all drivers though, keeping it, as we are going to take a look here from the blimp view. But yeah, they get a little sideways there, especially David White. Looked like he was trying to do some dirt tracking, but good job by all drivers, keeping it going and keeping it green flag racing.
Oh, absolutely. Holy cow. That was a nice save and very nice. Great awareness by every driver out there, making that not as bad as it would have been if things were different. But as we speak, David White right now does have a lot of damage on the machine, but he is still on the lead lap. He is still staying out here, hoping most likely for a caution or just waiting for the first round of green flag pit stops. And now we are on lap number 18 here of 136 with a 50% fuel limit. So the pit window just might be in between laps 30 through 40. So here in a little bit, well, the next, I should say, 15 to 20 laps, we should most likely expect to start seeing some green flag pit stops. And Dave, going back up front, we do have the 57 Hunter McDaniel here moving up to 4th place behind the 8 of Waylon Williams. He does have the 81 of Travis Pryor being short in 5th place. Marty Ray 6th, Rob Vanda 7th, Ken Ladd 8th, and Don Kidder 9th, and 31 of Andrew Riley, who was making moves early on, getting 7 spots this far, starting 17th and is now currently 10th here so far on lap number 20, and the 47 as well of Dirk Staliker, just pretty much having a Sunday drive, but challenging 31 of Andrew Riley from the top 10. For the back in the pack, the 5 of Gary Woolbot here, making some moves early on, going from all the 25, gets into him. The 5 of Gary Woolbot gets spun out sideways. That caution will fly on the entrance to turn 1. Holy cow, let's back it up on Gary Woolbot and see what happened.
Well, as we pull up our Dre Broadcasting instant replay, focusing here on the 5 of Gary Woolbot, is we were to take a look here, see exactly what happened here. Looks like Gary on the outside, Timothy McBrayer on the inside, coming into the turn. Ooh, looks like the 25 just got way loose, come right up. Let's take another look here from a different camera angle here. Yeah, it looks like the 25 just got way loose there, come right up in the track, and it looks like the 5 of Gary Woolbert's going to get the worst end of that.
Oh, absolutely. Very unfortunate for every single driver involved in that. And absolutely, yep, Timothy McBrayer did, his car did push He tried slamming on the brakes, but it was way too late because he was going from the inside to the outside, and the inside is the shortest way around the track, while the 5 of Woolbot was on the outside, which is the longest way around the track. So he did meet him there, and they did intersect, which was very unfortunate for both drivers involved, but definitely a nice save, and these drivers not making it worse than it actually was. But going back up front, Adam Eisenhower leading every driver down pit road here on lap number 21, and let's see if anybody gonna stay out. Yes, 03 Don Kidder staying out to try and, oh, never mind, John Kidder is pitting in this time by. We do have some drivers staying out still. I'm gonna try and get some numbers on these drivers. Yep, David White is one of the drivers staying out here on lap number 21. Of course, start finish line for lap number 22. So he will be trying to most likely lead one lap so he can be able to just get that bonus point. But he also will be wanting to pit in to get that damage fixed. We have one driving in the weather of the pace car here. The lucky dog is the 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain, back on the lead lap here on lap 22. Great job by Dennis Saint-Germain, keeping it clean and getting his lap back. And this does give us some time for a race interview. So let's focus on the new driver, the 47 of Dirk Staliker. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the 47 of Dirk Staliker up here in the booth. Get a cup there, Dirk. Dirk Staliker, got a cup there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing great. Glad to be around. First time out here, and should be a lot of fun. Going good so far.
Oh, absolutely, man. Looks like you're having a blast out there. First race of the season on your part here, qualified in 10th place spot. You know, just pretty much riding, trying to learn how the car is handling in different race lines. But how's the race going so far?
Yeah, I mean, I got into the wall a couple times. That's not great, but other than that, I've been liking racing with people. Have been pretty clean so far, at least from my perspective. And liking the car, started to figure out backing up the entries a little bit to get some more speed out of it, and it's going well.
Oh, copy that. Very glad to hear about that, Dirk. And Dirk, you do seem to be a very fast driver, man. That 10th place qualifying time, that's very fast with a field full of amazing fast drivers. With that said, you think you have what it takes to spank these boys and have your first win with the first race?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd be happy with a top 10, even a top 15, just this is my first time out here, but we'll see what happens. I'm just hoping to keep it together in one piece and keep it sort of where I'm at for the rest of the time.
Oh, most definitely, brother. Well, you are doing the right things. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep your foot down the floor and your wheels on the racing surface, and we hope to see you in victory lane, buddy, and good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you, man.
And that was Dirk Staliker, currently in the 13th place position here. First race for Dirk in the Pro Can-Am series with the Extreme Motorsports 99 series here. It's very good to see new drivers joining every single week. This just goes to show how much fun these guys are having. So if you guys would like to be a part of this action, just go to extrememotorsports99.com, drop the E in Extreme, the first E, and start with the X, extrememotorsports99.com. They do have the Pro Can-Am series on Monday nights, Truck series on Tuesday nights. On Wednesday nights, they do have Xfinity series or B cars, and on Thursday nights, they do have the A cars or the Cup cars, so you guys can join either of those. Also, not to forget the Road series on Monday nights as well. That's going on at the same time as this with the Pro Can-Am series. So you can join either of those based on your preferences and also experience, because they do place you in a different series based on your experience or level of experience, I guess. Well, going back to the race here, we are now back 1 to green, being led by Adam Eisenhower. Cody McFadden right behind him. Waylon Williams starting second place with the 65 of Marty Ray on his rear end. Going green for the second time this time by Dave. That was a very, very good first run. It was good seeing these drivers just pretty much getting used to the machines, getting used to how these machines were handling, and basically how the machines were changing with every lap.
Yeah, most definitely here with 113 laps remaining, coming on 112. These drivers are putting on a great show here. is we have now had everybody come down on pit road. So we have got 23 machines left out on the lead lap. First car lap down is going to be the 05 of Tommy Amassi, but we are getting ready to go green as the pace car is now bringing them out of turn number 3 into turn number 4. They are coming across the Auto Club 4 Royal Purple as they are waiting on the pace car to dip off. Pace car dips off of pit road. And Adam Eisenhower gets hard on that throttle, catches the 8 sleeping. Cody McFadden sitting back here in 3rd is the odd man on the inside. As the 8 of Waylon Williams gets a good run, but here comes Cody McFadden. Hunter McDaniel trying to make moves as well, as he is battling the 66 there of Ralph Vanderhorst. So these guys are all battling it, and I tell you, one person loving that is going to be the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, because while these guys battle, he is just going to continue to pull away.
Oh, absolutely. And Dave, Adam Eisenhower did just show how fast he is at this track. And so far, he has triple ones on the board. First place practice, first place qualifying. And so far, is currently in the race lead and has been for the longest time possible. So he is very, very fast tonight. And the first green flag run that we had, he was pulling away every single lap. Towards the very end of that run, the 64 McFadden did start catching up to him, but it was not at a very fast rate. So Adam is a very, very fast driver here tonight. He has figured out something about this track that these drivers do not know about. And for the back in the pack, Dave, the 72 of Brian Wassman. Let's talk about Brian Wassman, if any, here. He is being shown in the 9th place spot, due to the top 10, behind the 81 of Travis Pryor. And Travis Pryor does have a ding in his rear end right now, trying to follow 65 of Marty Ray, and 7 Hunter McDaniel trying to hunt down the 8 of Waylon Williams.
Yep, but all these guys still chasing the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, who has led every lap so far here tonight, as we are now 110 laps remaining. So Adam Eisenhower, I don't know, he's going to be the man to beat tonight, I think, Sean.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt, he should be and will be the man to beat. Usually it's Hunter McDaniel, Cody McFadden, Adam Eisenhower. It is one of them as well, but tonight it is a guarantee that Adam Eisenhower does have this thing down, but not going to jinx him here. We let him do his thing. Once those green flag pit stops kicking in and cycle out, should make things very, very interesting. And for the back in the pack, Dave, we do have the 19 of Andy Starcher so far here, making his first appearance in the top 10, behind the 66 of Ralph Vanderhorst. And so far, Andy Starcher has gained 17 spots this far, going from 27th place to 10th place. But he does have a motor roaring in his rear view. It's a 40 of Joshua Gillen. And Joshua drives in hard off the exit of 4, tries to do the crossover and was not close enough to make that work. So you have no choice but to just peek on the right rear of the 19 of Starcher, try and gain or build up a run, get some momentum so it can be able to pounce. But so far, backs up entering turn 1. They both go down low to the inside line and will power off the exit of turn number 2 here. Try and pounce on each other, or maybe just work together and try and catch Ralph Vanderhorst, Brian Wasserman, and also the 31 of Andrew Ryland. They put back in the pack is 48 of Christopher Smith right now, battling the 03 of Don Kidder.
Yeah, we saw 03 of Don Kidder involved in that incident. His car is a little beat up there. Nope, looks like he has got his backup car and is out there. But he is under fire here. And then right behind him, they got the 36 of Jason Eisenhower as well. So you got the brothers running first place and in 16. So see if maybe these guys get hooked up and can definitely put down here. And also taking a look here, got a new viewer out in the chat. Mason Kane is out there in the chat. Kind of miss seeing you out on the track, Mason, but glad you could definitely come down here and watch.
Yeah, glad to see you there, Mason Kane. It's been a while. Miss seeing you on the track and also in the booth with us on Tuesday night. Hope to have you back here soon. Dave the 10 of Caleb Daniels trying to pounce on the 03 of Kidder. He does cross over move, goes to his inside, entering turn 1. They'll be side by side. 03 does pinch him down the track and goes back high. His car's pushing. He's going to have to let off to avoid smacking that wall. He lost some time because of the 10 of Caleb Daniels will clear him here on the back straightaway. And for the back of the pack, the 48 of Christopher Smith poking his nose into this battle with the 11 of Ken Ladd right behind. And Kidder Jr. makes one simple mistake and loses 3 positions in the exact same lap. And Kidder will try and back it up and do it all over again. Actually, scratch that, he lost 4 positions. Also to the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. And Dave, on my screen, you talked about how 03 of Kidder did use his backup car. But on my screen, Dave, looks like he has some damage from the wreck.
That's definitely possible. I thought maybe he would have used his backup car because he did get some heavy damage there in that incident. So, yeah, he has got a little bit of left rear damage. So, I mean, it could be possible that he is still saving that backup car.
Jason gets into what they could take him 3 wide. 48 of Chris Smith and 03 Kidder Jr. benefit from his mistake. Very unfortunate for the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. He has sustained some right side damage on that 36 Reese's machine. And right now he will try and use the draft of these drivers to try and counter for that damage, because that damage will affect him. This is a very, very fast track where the draft plays a key role on the back straight, on the front stretch, on the back stretch as well. I should say the straight stretches. So he will try his best to try and counter it by keeping his foot down the floor and using the draft the best he can. And right now falling in line behind the 18 of Rick Mason, who just got around him here on the exit of turn number 4. The 18 of Rick Mason as well. I haven't spoken much of him tonight, but he is also an amazing driver. He's making an appearance in the top 20, now behind the 48 of Christopher Smith.
Well, it looks like we might have a battle brewing here up front with the 64 of Cody McFadden and the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, as they are right behind each other. As we are going to look here on the back bumper cam there, looking at the 64 of Cody McFadden. He is right there ready to pounce, just waiting on that mistake.
Look at that, Dave. Right now, Cody McFadden has changed his race line. He's going down to the inside line on the front stretch, while Adam is staying high. So right now, Cody is more concerned about getting that position away than saving tires. He is trying to get around him and most likely hold him off for the long run. And the drivers now have 14 laps from the last time they last pitted in last caution. Off the exit of turn number 2 there, Dave, the 86 of Adam Eisenhower did end up pulling away a little bit. But in the turns, Cody McFadden is catching.
Yeah, most definitely. But these guys are pulling away from the rest of the field because we still have the 8 of Waylon Williams running 3rd, Hunter McDaniel 4th, Marty Ray now moving up into the top 5 position.
Oh, absolutely. Every single lap we do have position changes. We haven't had two. Oh, the caution flies on lap 36. We're going to back up and see what might have been involved. Oh, Dave 31, Andrew Riley spun off the track off turn 2. Oh, no, actually, he involved the 19 of Andy Starcher and the 31 of Andrew Riley. Let's focus on the 31 of Andrew Riley on replay.
Well, as we go back to the Dre Broadcasting instant replay, 3 wide action on the front stretch. Ooh, some contact made, 19 Starcher into the wall, 31 of Andrew Riley involved in that. Let's rewind that back, take another closer look here at that. Ooh, just some bad contact there made. Minor mistake, but it's going to be costly as these guys were 3 wide here coming into turn number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved in that. And yeah, that was just a little bit of contact, man. That's what happens when these cars are going that fast. They do get very, very light, mighty light. So when someone taps them that easily, they do end up just losing control. But that's very unfortunate indeed for every single driver involved. But going back up front, Adam Eisenhower still in the lead. Cody McFadden 2nd, Waylon Williams 3rd, Hunter McDaniel 4th, and Marty Ray 5th. And this is now lap number 37 with 100 laps remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our first commercial break of tonight's race so you guys can get your first round of popcorn and refreshments. I'm pretty sure you guys ran out because of too much action going on. We'll be right back, so stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alpha 250 here for round number 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co. That's ibog.co with Jason Allison. Well, going back to the race, before we went to commercial, we did have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower in the lead, but he has lost the lead. The 64 of Cody McFadden, who did beat him off pit road, and they had a difference of about 0.3 of a second on their pit stops. That means that Cody McFadden had 13.4 second pit stop compared to Adam Eisenhower, who had a 13.7 second pit stop. So just that 0.3 seconds did make that difference. It's not too much time, but it still makes that big of a difference. And we are now back 1 to green. Cody McFadden still in the lead. Waylon Williams right behind him on the inside line. Adam Eisenhower on the outside with the help of the 57 of Hunter McDaniel here. Going green this time. But we do have another viewer checking into the chat there. It's Brent Kewell, the Drive for Diabetes Awareness Inc. non-profit charity. Good to see you there, Brent. I see you there. You said who's winning. In the beginning, Adam Eisenhower did lead the most laps. He has led the most laps this far, but off pit road there under caution, Cody did beat him off pit road. So something tells me things will change. We are now entering turn number 3, going green this time by the drivers, getting bunched up nice and tight here on lap number 40. Once we go green, we're going to be having 96 laps remaining here. The race is still young. It's still anybody's race. The pace is going to be leaving the surface here. The pace car dips off. Cody's still holding pace speed. He puts it down the floor. He does try to catch him off guard. Adam Eisenhower sees it coming, but not quite. The 8 of Williams tries to occupy the inside of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, but does not have it just yet. Hunter McDaniel on the outside trying to hold off or trying to get around the 8 of Williams. But Williams does have the preferred race group entering turn number 1 and will clear the 7 of McDaniel. Gets on the inside of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower here, entering turn 2. 8 of Williams powers off turn number 2, tries to get around the 86 of Eisenhower, who occupies his right quarter panel there, his right rear quarter panel, and finally clears him entering turn number 3. And now Waylon Williams' next victim for position is the leader, the 6'4" of Cody McFadden. Okay, we have a battle now for the 3rd place spot between Adam Eisenhower and the 57 Hunter McDaniel here for the 3rd place position entering turn number 1. They stay side by side. Hunter McDaniel follows the line of the 8 of Williams, trying to get the most drop possible here. But off turn number 2, the 8 of Williams powers up, goes up the track. And the 86 of Adam Eisenhower will try and push him on the backstretch. Look at that, Dave. This battle is attracting a lot more drivers. 65, Marty Ray poking his nose into this mix. Now behind 7 Hunter McDaniel next in line here. But Adam does finally fall back in line to avoid losing spots, speed, and positions. I've already said spots, but momentum here. And Marty Ray trying to now drop off Adam Eisenhower, but he now has a motor roaring in his rear view mirror. That's going to be the 866 of Rob Thunderford. For the back in the pack, 11 of Ken Light is bringing a pack of hungry lions with him. 81 Travis Pryor, 72 Brian Wasserman here in the 7th, 8th, and 9th respectively. And they also have the 10 of Caleb Daniels, 40 of Joshua Gillen. These drivers trying to work together to try and catch up to Ken Light, Travis Pryor, Brian Wasserman for the 7th, 8th, and 9th place positions. But as I spoke, the 40 of Joshua goes to the inside of the 10 of Caleb Daniels. That's going to be the 10th place position here, entering turn 1.
Well, these drivers know we are now only looking here, 93 laps remaining, so we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here, getting close to the halfway point. So these drivers know that they're going to have to start making these moves, getting that track position, because track position is going to definitely be a key factor here tonight.
Speaking of those moves, Dave, the 40 of Joshua gets around the 81 of Travis Pryor. Now his next victim in line will be the 72 of Brian Wasserman. We have a battle going on up front for the 2nd place spot between the 8, actually that's going to be the 3rd place position, between the 86 of Adam Eisenhower and the 57 Hunter McDaniel. Did go back to single foul. Adam was able to get back to third place position and bump down the 57 Hunter McDaniel to the fourth place spot. And now they are about 4/10 of a second behind the leader, the 64 of McFadden.
Well, we are riding here on the bumper cam of Adam Eisenhower as we see how close the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, looking great in that United States Marines car. Definitely, it looks like he's got Ford Taurus there on the front, so he is just riding right there in that draft, just waiting for the right opportunity. Here he comes. He is going to look to the inside of Adam Eisenhower as they are now coming off of turn number 2 onto the backstrap.
If he just might have him entering turn number 3 at 6.5, Marty Ray will follow on the inside line and try to increase the momentum of the 57 Hunter McDaniel. And right now, the 86 of Adam Eisenhower does fall short. He will lose 2 spots here this one lap and falls in line behind 6.5 of Ray, but he has the 6 of Ralph Thunderforce with a big run on him. But Ralph did back off to let him maintain that. And they will just maintain their positions this far. And that's going to give Hunter McDaniel the second place spot. Waylon Williams now being shown third. Marty Ray fourth. Adam Eisenhower in the 5th place spot, and this now rounds up the top 5, and now they're about 7/10 behind the leader, 64 of McFadden, compared to the last time we checked on them, that was about 4/10.
Well, taking a look here at my lap count, Adam Eisenhower leading 37 laps. Cody McFadden now leading 9. So he's got to be careful, though, because I tell you what, that 57 of Hunter McDaniel, he is hungry. He wants to get that Ford Semper Fi Marines car up into victory lane, so he is putting that pedal down here with 89 laps remaining.
Oh, absolutely nicely said. And there for the back in the pack, we do have the 05 of Tommy Amasi here watching a battle in front of him. It's going to be between Jason Eisenhower and the 19 of Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher here is being shown 2 laps down. He was involved in the last incident that brought the caution and had to use his backup car because he did end up blowing his motor from the incident. And right now is trying to just push the car to the limit to try and make up as much time as possible, maybe even get his laps back the hard way. And right now he will just go up and take him by Jason Eisenhower and the 05 of Tommy Amasi, so he will fall back in line here to try and regroup and do it all over again, try and get a bigger run. Right there we have 47 of Dirk Staliker being challenged by the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. That's for the 15th place position here. And Jason does propel here off turn number 2, but 47 comes with a big run, an even bigger run due to the slingshot off turn number 2 there, due to him being on the outside line. So the outside line once again does have its benefits. You do get slingshot off the turns. At the same time, you do save tires by entering turn 3 and exiting turn 4. Jason finally completes the pass against Staliker, and Staliker has no choice but to just fall back in line behind him here, at the same time trying to hold off the 05 of Tommy Amasi. Speaking of Tommy Amasi, Dave, last time we checked on Tommy Amasi, he was a lap down. He did go down pit road with about, let's see, 12 to 13 laps on his tank. It went a lap down because of that, but he was able to get a wave around the last caution we had, so he is now back on the lead lap, battling these guys for position. Very, very good to see. And now here we have the 31 of Andrew Riley being shown the first driver a lap down, next in line for the lucky dog if a caution were to come out. And both, once again, 31 of Andrew Riley and 19 of Andy Starcher were involved in the last incident that brought the caution. So they are all racing hard to try and get their laps back, but good luck. I mean, fortunately for them, the race is still young. We still have 86 laps remaining here, so a lot can happen, and they can still win this thing.
Yeah, going back up front, Cody McFadden is pulled away here. As we are looking at our driver compare, he is almost 9/10 in front of the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, who is now running in second. Waylon Williams running in third. Marty Ray fourth. Adam Eisenhower leading so far 37 laps here tonight, rounding out your top 5.
And Dave, we have some new viewers in the chat. We do have Grizzly Johnson and Giuseppe Higuera rooting on the 40 of Joshua Gillen. We'll keep an eye on this driver. He has been doing an amazing job so far here, maintaining his top 10 position here. Oh, the caution flies on lap number 52. They're gonna back him, see who might have been involved.
Well, that is going to involve the 05 of Tommy Amassi. As we pull up our Dre Broadcast Team Instant Replay, we are going to rewind it, take a look here, see what if we can see what happened to the 05. Tommy Amassi, he just gets a hard push out into the outside wall. Car sending sideways and back out on the track, bringing out our third caution of the night.
Man, Tommy Amassi did try his best to jerk that wheel, I should say, turn that wheel to the left as hard as he possibly can, and there was no turning back. He's just pretty much driving those tires, carrying too much speed through the turn. But very, very unfortunate indeed for Tommy Amassi. A great job by everybody else, not making that worse than it actually was. But going back up front, we are still being led by Cody McFadden, Hunter McDaniel being shown second, Marty Ray third, Waylon Williams fourth, and the 86 of Adam Eisenhower in the 5th place position. And most likely will be going down a pit road this time by. They'll only have about 15 to 16 laps on their tires, but that still will make a difference. Yep, Cody McFadden does lead everybody down pit road this time by. Do we have anybody staying out? Let's see. And yeah, we do have some drivers who most likely will be staying out, like 31 of Andrew Riley, who I mentioned was next in line for that lucky dog, so he should be able to get his lap back this time by getting that wave around the pace car. We also have Andy Starcher staying out as well. Yep, there we go. The 31 of Andrew Riley shifts it into 3rd gear, gets around that pace car here, back on the lead lap. On lap number 54, very, very nice job by Andrew Riley, nicely done. And next in line now will be the 19 of Andy Starcher.
Sean, I was watching the race off of pit road, and I tell you what, that 57 Hunter McDaniel had a great pit stop as he was able to beat the 64 of Cody McFadden off of pit road. So we have another new race leader here. The 57 of Hunter McDaniel is our new race leader here on lap 54.
Oh, nicely done by Hunter McDaniel and Dave with all these pit exits under caution. Looks like Adam Eisenhower just keeps falling off the pace, Dave. So it looks like his pit crew might be slacking a little bit.
Yes, just a little bit slower than everybody else, but he is currently running there in 6th position. Still, race is still early, Sean. I mean, we still have 83 laps remaining, so he's got a lot of time to be able to make this up.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And Dave, we did talk about how, let's see, Cody McFadden has led. Also, Hunter McDaniel is now going to be taking over the race lead. Adam Eisenhower as well. So that gives us, what, 3 to 4 lead changes this far?
Well, let's take out our mid-race report here. We have had 3 cautions here tonight. And I do believe once he crosses the start-finish line, that will be our 3rd lead change here as Hunter McDaniel. Yes, he is our 3rd lead change of the night. So it looks like most of these lead changes have actually occurred under caution on the race off pit road.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, very nicely done by these 3 drivers here leading some laps, but the race is still young once again. So the longer this race goes, the more we'll be seeing newer drivers getting to the top 5, top 10. We have Joshua Gillen here being shot into 7th place, 11 of Ken Ladd from 12th to 8th, Don Kidder from 16th to 9th, and Brian Wasserman going from the 14th place spot to the 10th place position. Also not to forget the 10 of Caleb Daniels from the 19th place to the 11th place position here. The 81 of Travis Pry. I haven't seen much of Travis Pry here up front lately. He has gone from 3rd place to 12th place here, so he's most likely just pretty much trying to get used to the handling of this machine and trying to see how far or how much he can push this sucker so he can be able to get up there and give these guys a run for their money. And we do have the 19 of Andy Starcher, Dave, still staying out, and that gives him 17 laps on his tires this far. So Dave is staying out to get at least 1 lap back once he gets a wave around.
Yeah, I do believe we are going to go 1 to green, so he should get the wave around the pace car this time as they cross the start-finish line here, as we are going to keep an eye on that. And the pace lights are off. We are back 1 to green. here at Auto Club Speedway, the Alpha 250 with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com K&N Pro Series, sponsored by iBog.co.
Oh yeah, 1 to green we are. 57 Hunter McDaniel with the 8 of Waylon Williams on his rear end. 64 Cody McFadden and 65 of Marty Ray starting on the outside line. First and second on the outside line. And Adam Eisenhower, status check on him, he is in 6th place, still in the 6th place position, starting on the outside behind the 65 of Marty Ray. And Dave, with all the few lead changes that we've had, it just goes to show how difficult it is to make a pass at a track like this.
Yeah, most definitely. You'd think it would be easy as wide as this track is. I mean, you have 5 different lanes to choose from, but you get that one lane, though. I mean, you really got to fight and make that pass early. As the pace car is now getting ready to enter turn number 3, ready to go back. Green flag racing with 80 laps remaining here tonight.
Yeah, I am glad you mentioned that, Dave. We do have 5 lanes, but only about 1, 2, or 3 of them work very well when it comes to speed and consistency. So it's we see these drivers just pretty much changing their race lines every single lap or lap after lap, trying to adjust it. The pace car does dip off. Hunter McDaniel puts it down the floor. He does catch the drivers off guard. 64 Cody McFadden, that seat coming. 65 Marty Ray to the rescue. 8 of Williams on the inside of 65 of Marty Ray. And now going to occupy the inside of the 64 of Cody McFadden here, entering turn number 1. And that 57 Hunter McDaniel sets himself up for turn number 1. Goes high, back down low to the inside behind or ahead of the 8 of Williams, who makes the pass successfully against 64 of Cody McFadden here on the exit of turn number 2. And we do have the 86 of Adam Eisenhower making a move against 65 of Marty Ray for the 4th place spot. Adam Eisenhower on the inside of Marty Ray. Marty Ray on the outside line. They make contact. They almost make contact. That was almost ugly. The 65 of Ray did drift way high to avoid that contact. Very nicely done by both drivers, keeping that together. But for second place, we have another battle between 64 McFadden and the 8 of Waylon Williams. Waylon Williams left that high and dry. Cody McFadden on the inside line. He will clear the 8 of Williams here, but off turn number 2, let's see who has it. 64 McFadden was able to make that pass successfully. The 8 of Williams did fall short off the exit of turn number 2, and now his next victim, Cody McFadden that is, his next victim for position is the leader of the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. And Hunter McDaniel did pull away a little bit there due to the 8 of Williams and the 64 McFadden battling it out. But they just might pull him in. As we speak right now, the 8 of Williams is charging on the back bumper of the 64 of Cody McFadden with the strong draft here on the front stretch, entering turn 1. For the back in the pack, Dave Oakley, Don Kidder Jr. here, still rocking his damage, hasn't fixed his machine just yet. And by the looks of it, it's still not affecting him whatsoever, or with any. And he is riding behind the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen still rocking that 10th place position, hanging on to the top 10 with the 03 of Kidder Jr. being challenged by the 10 of Caleb Daniels here on the exit of 4. Don Kidder side by side, the 10 of Caleb Daniels here in the front stretch, entering turn 1. They still stay side by, so the 10 of Daniels finally clears the 03 of Kidder Jr., who then goes back down low to fall back in line, get back into the, just cross over with here on the exit of turn 2. Nice done by the 03 of Kidder Jr., and will take what was rightfully his, which was the 10th place, or the 11th place position, away from the 10 of Caleb Daniels. Look at that, Dave. The 10 of Daniels has not had enough. He wants to do it all over again. They both tap the apron, get loose. They both lost some speed here, and that gap will stay consistent here. No harm done. Nice save by both drivers. That apron once again, that white line on the apron is very, very deadly. That was definitely a very nice save by both drivers once again.
Yeah, most definitely, Sean. A lot of talent there, but that 10, he is flirting with that apron. Once again there, getting down, touching that apron. He's got to be careful. He hits that one too many times. It's going to cost him.
Oh, absolutely, and because he smacked the apron there, the 15 of David White will benefit from that because the 10 of Caleb Daniels did lose a lot of speed here. And off turn 4, David White takes away the 12th place spot away from the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And the next victim in line now is the 03 of Don Cater Jr. Going back up front, Dave. Two leaders, first and second place driver McDaniel and McFadden are now 0.2 of a second apart from each other. The strongest draft. The draft is strong at that range. I can't speak, and the caution flies on lap number 62. We're gonna back up and see what might have been involved.
Well, it looks like the 47 of Dirk Stahlecker is involved there as we pull up the Dre Broadcasting instant replay here. As we take a focus of him riding behind the 10 of Daniels. Oh! I'm not sure. I think he touched that apron. Let's rewind it here, get a little closer view of him. See, oh, yep, he gets down below that white line, hits that apron up into the wall, up on his roof. We are going to have to go back, take a look at this in the cockpit view as he goes tumbling down the backstretch here. So as we get right here, we are riding on board with the 47 of Dirk Stahlecker. He makes contact with that apron and it shoots him right into the outside wall hard. Up on his roof he goes. And I tell you what, if this ain't making all the viewers at home dizzy, then I don't know what can do it. But he went for a ride.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. Now he did spin in every single direction possible here on the track. And yep, he did try his best to correct it after the sideways action off the apron there, but he did end up overcorrecting that and is now smoking heavily here. Oh, he's now on pit road. He did make it down to pit road, so great job by him. He gets his brand new backup car and off pit road he goes, but going back up front, the leader, 57 McDaniel, is going to lead everybody down pit road with only about 10 laps on their tires, and everybody will follow. But let's see, the 19 of Andy Starcher is staying out to get one more lap back, to be back on the lead lap this time by on lap number 64. Great job by Andy Starcher. He was 2 laps down, but now back. He's going to be back on the lead lap here after getting this wave around here. Yep, there we go. He does drop it down to second gear. Around the pace car he goes. And he's now back on the lead lap once again. Congratulations, Andy Starcher, for getting your lap back. And we do have 2 drivers behind the pace car. The 4 of Michael Snow. Michael Snow had a rough start to tonight's race. He is being shown 12 laps down, but he is still going around the track, trying to put down as many laps as he possibly can. All 5, Tommy Amasi right behind him, and Tommy Amasi is still on the lead lap. So Tommy's most likely trying to take over the race lead. So if he stays out one more lap, if he stays out this lap, he should be able to take over the race lead away from 57 Hunter McDaniel to give us another count of lead changes. But Dave, going back to the previous race leader, 57 Hunter McDaniel, he was able to beat everybody off pit road. It looks like he still has Cody McFadden right behind him. 6'5" Marty Ray came out 3rd off pit road, beat the 8 of Waylon Williams, who will be behind Marty Ray, and this 86 of Adam Eisenhower behind the 8 of Waylon Williams. 11 of Ken Ladd here making his appearance back here in the top 10 behind the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And let's see if we don't go 1 to green this time by, that will give us some time for a race interview. Yep, the lights in the pace car do stay on. This does give us some time for a race interview. Let's see if we can get a word in with. Let's focus on the 72 of Brian Wasserman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 72 of Brian Wasserman with Maverick Motorsports. Got a copy there, Brian?
Yeah, I got a copy.
How are you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing well. How about you?
Oh, doing good too, thank you. Well, Brian, early on in tonight's race, we didn't see much of you, but ever since you made your appearance here in the top 10, we couldn't get rid of you. We couldn't see you getting out of the top 10. Just pretty much keep making your way up towards the very front. How's the race going?
Going well. Going well. Staying out of trouble so far.
Oh, that is very, very good to hear. And how's the track feeling out there? Because I have seen a couple of drivers pushing very, very tight in between turns number 1 and 2 for the most part.
Yeah, it's an old, worn-out kind of slick surface, even in the pits.
Oh, 10-4, that makes a lot of sense. And any plans to bring this thing home tonight?
Well, I'm gonna give it my best. That's for darn sure.
Oh, copy that. And how's the car feeling, basically?
Car's feeling good, real good. You know, you get about 10 laps into it, and it starts feeling a little bit better, and then towards the end of the run, then it's getting pretty tight. So, but through the middle of the run, it feels real nice.
Oh, 10-4, that explains why you drivers are pretty much going for it as soon as the green flag flies, because once that you get into the run, things do change. But it looks like you are now back 1 to green. Brian, you've been doing an amazing job so far. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. We do hope to see you in victory lane tonight.
I'm going to give it my best, partner. Thank you.
And that was the 72 of Brian Wasserman here, currently in the 9th place spot, starting behind the 11 of Ken Ladd on the inside line. And we are now back 1 to green here, being led by the 05 of Tommy Amasi, who decided to stay out, and so far having 11 laps on his tires, 8 laps more than everybody else who just pitted in. So at this point, he does have the most laps on his tires. Once again, 11 laps, 8 laps more than everybody else. Let's see how this affects him, if any. He does have the 6'4 McFadden right behind him. Hunter McDaniel on the outside with the help of the 6'5 of Marty Ray, going green this time by exiting turn 4.
Yes, the pace car now brings him into turn 4. 05, Tommy Amasi controlling this start. Hunter McDaniel on the outside. Fresher tires versus older tires. Let's see how this pace car is off. Tommy Amasi, ooh, gets a little squiggly there on the start. Hunter McDaniel sees it coming, but I tell you what, so did the 64 of Cody McFadden running that inside. But Hunter McDaniel is going to be able to jump down in front of him. Clearing is now the 65 of Marty Ray making a charge on the outside.
You have Marty Ray right now trying to get the 3rd place spot away from Cody McFadden off turn 2. He will get that slingshot and clears the 64 of Cody McFadden. And now McFadden has the 86 of Adam Eisenhower right behind him. His biggest rival in the beginning for the first green flag run that we had. And now Adam is trying to poke his nose back into this battle. And Hunter McDaniel up front gets around the 05. Tommy Amasi takes back the race lead here on lap number 68. Across the start-finish line with 68 laps remaining. And Cody McFadden right now behind Marty Ray. 05 Amasi stays high. Let the drivers by.
Yeah, we are halfway through here. As looks like older tires is not going to prevail here. So Tommy Amasi is falling back towards the back, but we are now being led by Hunter McDaniel, Marty Ray second, but Marty Ray is under fire here from the 64 of Cody McFadden. Marty Ray moves down to the inside. Cody McFadden just setting him up, it looks like. Just kind of throwing one. Yep, here he comes. He is on the inside there of Marty Ray. He is going to be bringing the 86 of Adam Eisenhower with him as they are battling here across the start-finish line into turn number 1.
And Cody takes 2nd place spot away from 65 of Marty Ray. And Marty Ray right now still has bigger problems on his hands. 86 of Adam Eisenhower still on his inside on the exit of turn 2. 65 of Ray occupies the right quarter panel of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. They stay side by side. Not Marty Ray backs off. Lets Adam Eisenhower have it and falls back in line behind him, and now has the aid of Williams all over his rear end.
Yeah, we are at the halfway point, so these drivers know that this race is halfway over. So they got to make up these positions, and we are 67 laps to go here at Auto Club for the Alpha 250 with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series, sponsored by Eyeball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway, so we are going to take our 2nd commercial break of the night, and we'll be right back. So get a refill of drink, refill snacks, and we'll be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alpha 250 here for round number 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro Can-N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co or ibog.co with Jason Allison. Well, here we're still live here on the Dre Broadcasting Network, but going back to the race, we are now under caution. We had an incident between the 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain and the 36 of Jason Eisenhower. Some contact was made between the two drivers, which did send 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain nose first into the outside wall and causing him to blow his motor. But there's just by looks of it so far, Dennis is on pit road, getting some damage fixed on that machine, but Jason was able to walk away from that with a running motor. So he is now pitting in this time by to maybe use his backup car, or maybe just have his pit crew work on that a little bit so he can still be able to stay competitive. But everybody is now on pit road this time by. We have the 4 of Michael Snow out on the track here, trying to get, looks like Michael Snow did get the waiver on the pace car, so he goes from 12 laps down to 11 laps down. Nicely done by Michael Snow. The race off pit road here, Hunter McDaniel still comes out first, Cody McFadden second, Adam Eisenhower third, Marty Ray fourth, well, Ken Ladd fourth, excuse me, and Marty Ray fifth. That rounds up the top 5. Those were jumbled up. So it looks like Marty Ray will be behind Adam Eisenhower on this restart, with Cody McFadden in second. Let's see, the lights on pace car are still on. This does give us some time for a race interview. Let's see if we can focus on down the list here. Let's focus on the 11 of Ken Ladd. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 11 of Ken Ladd up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. Gonna go up there, Ken?
Yeah, go ahead, Tower.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to hang in there, run it smooth, and take my time here tonight. We got a lot of green flag lights, and it's a tough track, especially on the longer run, but it's a fun track, and once you get in that groove, you can really pull some time.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen you guys just pretty much going single file in the long run there. And how's the car doing in the long run? Do you feel it getting tighter, looser? What's your opinion on the setup?
For me, on how the car's set up, how we have it set up tonight, I actually enjoy it because on the long run, it actually works a little bit better for me for my driving style. I see a lot of guys pushing out of the turns when I'm still holding steady. So I think it's going to work out, and I hope we get some good long green flag stints, maybe some green flag pits as well.
Oh, 10-4, Ken. And Ken, you have come a long way here in tonight's race. You went from 12th place to currently in the 4th place position, gaining 8 spots this far. And with what you've seen with pretty much scanning the whole entire field and how the car's been handling in the long run, do you think you have what it takes to at least improve your spot and maybe have your first win?
I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no. There's a lot of laps left. We've got a couple good drivers up here. We've got my teammate Hunter. I know Travis is trying to work back as well. We got 2 other good drivers out here tonight up front, and another good one as well. So it's going to be an interesting finish. We'll just have to see.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, you have been doing an amazing job this far. Don't stop. You've made it a long way. Keep doing exactly what you're doing and get up there and lead a couple of laps and bring this thing home and have your first win of the season. You are an amazing driver and know how to get the job done. You are now back 1 to green, buddy. We'll let you get back to the driver's seat and make us proud.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good night.
That was the 11 of Ken Ladd with Maverick Motorsports here with his teammate Hunter McDaniel and 72 Brian Wasserman. And we are now back 1 to green, being led by Hunter McDaniel. Hunter deciding to start on the outside line. He will have 11 of Ken Ladd right behind him. On the inside here, 64 Cody McFadden with the help of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, going green this time by lap number 76. Let's see, once cross start finishing, we're going to be having 60 laps remaining. So it is pretty much go time for these drivers. Will most likely Dave still be needing maybe one more pit stop, you know, for the drivers. Yeah, one more pit stop is about right. So we should expect to see some green flag pit stops here in order for the drivers to be able to make it all the way here for the full length of the race, the remainder of the race. 60 laps remaining here. Lap number 76. It is go time. And viewers, get active in the chat. Let us know who you're rooting for and who we should keep an eye on here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely is the pace car now, bringing them out of turn number 3 into turn number 4, ready to go. Green flag racing here on lap 77. Pace car is off. Hunter McDaniel controlling the restart. Him and his teammate, the 11 of Ken Ladd, get a good jump. Cody McFadden there on the inside. Seen it coming, but he is battling back on the inside there as Adam Eisenhower goes up top. Looks like Cody McFadden is going to hold that number 2 position. Ken Ladd is now battling with the 86 of Eisenhower. Eisenhower is going to take it, and Ken Ladd is going to drop air into 4th position.
Right for the back of the pack right behind them, 03 Don Kidder coming with a brand new machine here. Ended up using one of his backup cars right behind Marty Ray, but we do have a new driver in the mix here for the top 5. 31 of Andrew Riley. Andrew Riley here behind 11 of Ken Ladd. He has his inside occupied by the 65 of Marty Ray off the exit of turn 4. He will try and get some drop off the 11 of Ken Ladd. Both him and Marty Ray using Ken Ladd the best they can. They're still side by side of the front stretch. Henry turn 1 this time by, but up front second place, we do have a battle between Cody McFadden and still Adam Eisenhower, who was able to get around 6-4. Cody McFadden there, entering turn 1, off turn number 2 there. They do go back, single foul.
Yeah, it looks like the 86 of Adam Eisenhower not quite done leading some laps there as he moved up into 2nd position. As him and Cody McFadden now are trying to catch the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. Taking a look at my laps led tonight. Adam Eisenhower leading with 37 laps led. Hunter McDaniel with 21 laps. Cody McFadden with 16. And Tommy Amassi with leading 3 laps.
Oh, absolutely. Hunter McDaniel, I should say Adam Eisenhower, sorry, trying to keep that lap lead count up so he can be able, well, it is a good thing to have here towards the end of the race. So he will try his best to get around Hunter McDaniel and lead the rest of the way, because once again he did have 1st place in practice and 1st place in qualifying. So he does know exactly what he's doing. Right now he's trying to set up Hunter McDaniel. Hunter McDaniel most likely doing a rear view mirror drive, Dave, because it is very it's very pressurizing when someone's right behind you like that.
Yeah, it's hard to not watch that back mirror, but he has to, because here comes the 86. Thinking about trying the inside, not able to do it, arcs it in really nice. The 57 is going to get a good run, but he is going to push up next to the wall. We have a 4-car battle here for the lead with Cody McFadden and Ken Ladd not too far back as well.
There for the back in the pack as well, 48 Christopher Smith, 59 David White going at it for the 13th place spot. David White makes that pass successful against Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith here trying to trying to do the crossover move here actually on the exit of turn 4. Looks to the inside of 59 of David White, trying to get back that 13th place spot away from him. But they also do have the from 3 wide right behind them. They have 10 Caleb Dennis, 47 of Dirk, and also the 18 of Rick Mason. They do go back double wide. Now 47, Dave Dirk Staliger trying his best to make up as much time as he can, because he was way up there before his wreck. Look at that, some more 3 wide, 05, Tommy Amassi, 10, Caleb Dennis in the middle, 47 of Dirk Staliger on the outside line. They do go back double wide, 05, Amassi backs out of that mess and let the drivers maintain it or have it on the outside line here inside. 48 of Christopher Smith goes high. He did push, trying to get into the 59 of David White, but he did back off to avoid causing trouble, and because of that, he will lose a lot of speed, a lot of time, a lot of positions, a lot of momentum. So we'll try and do it all over again. But as we speak, the 10 of Caleb Dennis trying to hold up 47 of Dirk Staliger and trying to get around 59 of David White. So much double wide going on here, Dave, for 14th place all the way back. We have all 5 of Amasi, 48, Christopher Smith, and the 19 of Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher here just got his lap back recently, not too long ago, and is now back in it to win it. 48, Christopher Smith on the inside of the 05 of Tommy Amasi for position number 16. The 18 of Rick Mason did get into the wall there on the exit of turn 4 and did lose a lot of time and some positions there. So he will try and back it up and do it all over again. They're trying to catch the 5 of Gary Woolbot and 36 of Jason Eisenhower. And Dave for the back in the pack status check on the 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain. Oh, the caution flies here. Oh, it was a 10 of Caleb Dennis who was involved. The 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain gets into him. He had nowhere to go, didn't see that coming. Very unfortunate indeed. Let's back it up on the 10 of Caleb Daniels and see what happened.
Well, as we take a look at our Droid Broadcasting replay there, we focus it on the 10. Caleb up, made contact with that apron. That apron got him. Got that back end spun around, and he went right hard into that outside wall. Spun around, and as you said, Dennis Germain had nowhere to go. Made contact with him, so heavy damage.
Absolutely. Holy cow, Dave, that was quite the contact. Look at the speed here of Caleb Daniels. Caleb Daniels actually stopped on the track 0 miles an hour compared to 150 miles an hour on the 41 of Dennis Saint-Germain on the exit of turn 2. That's a lot of speed, and just T-boned him and blew his motor. Actually blew both their motors instantly on impact, and unfortunately Dennis Saint-Germain has put it behind the wall, retiring early for the 90. Very unfortunate indeed for Dennis Saint-Germain and the 10 of Caleb Daniels. But I do look forward to seeing Dennis Saint-Germain back again next week here for the Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway.
Well, we do have a new race leader. Not sure what happened, but we are being led by the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, as we are waiting to see if these guys are going to be coming down on pit road. Yes, he is going to bring the field down on pit road under our 6th caution of the night.
Yep, so far these drivers have 11 laps from the last time they last pitted in the last caution. Let's see if we have any drivers staying out. By the looks of it, the 18 of Rick Mason might be staying out. Oh, Rick Mason does have a blown motor and is trying to crawl it down a pit road. I'm not sure what happened to him. I don't believe he was involved in the incident with Caleb Daniels and Dennis Saint-Germain. I'm not sure what happened. Looks like it might have been something after that, afterwards. Oh, Dave, looks like we had another incident under caution. You won't be able to catch this on a replay, unfortunately. But it was a big checkup on the backstretch. The 18 of Rick Mason slammed on his brakes. The front end just smacked around. He also sent the 4 of Michael Snow spinning into the grass due to slamming on the brakes like that. That was very unfortunate indeed. That's why these things do need brake lights. But great save by everybody. And very unfortunate indeed for Michael Snow and the 18 of Rick Mason. Speaking of Michael Snow is still on the track as we speak, trying to get one more lap back. He was 12 laps down last time we last checked on him, and he did get 1 lap back last caution, and getting 1 more lap back under this caution to be back to 9 laps down. So hopefully he will be able to get all his laps back and be back on the lead lap before this thing ends. Going back up front, let's see who won the race off pit road. It is showing the 31 of Andrew Riley next driver in line for position. And Dave, Andrew Riley did pit in as well, but he took only 2 tires because he had a 6.9 second pit stop compared to a 13 second and above pit stop compared to everybody else. So he did take 2 tires compared to everybody else who took 4. We're going to see exactly how that affects the machine. And we are still 2 to green this time by. This does give us some time for another race interview. So let's focus on the, let's focus on the 66 of Ralph van der Forst. Oh, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a word in with the 66 of Ralph van der Forst, but we'll keep trying before the race is over. But let's speak to the 05 of Tommy Amasi instead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the 05 of Tommy Amasi up here in the Dre Broadcasting booth. You're up there, Tommy?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. Just trying to hang in here.
Oh, 10-4. Well, Tommy, tonight we did notice you had some bad luck early on, went a couple of laps down, was able to get all your laps back, and are now back on the lead lap here with a clean machine, not a single scratch on it. How's the race going so far?
Very eventful. You know, I made some mistakes, and I'm trying to avoid them from here on out and finish this thing and whatever I can scrape out of it.
Oh, 10-4. That's very, very good to hear. And looking at you right now, Tommy, tonight's race you did start still 7th place in points behind the 5 of Gary Woolbot. And tonight you've been doing an amazing job here back in the top 10. You think you have a car to bring this thing home tonight?
I think at best I'm going to try to finish the top 10. I don't think I can get a top 5. It's just a little bit pushy on me on the turns.
Oh, copy that, buddy. Well, you are doing an amazing job, man. You have a lot of amazing drivers out there, and you are able to keep them behind you here in the long run. That's very good to see you making moves on the track the best you can, but you are now back 1 to green. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. You're doing the right things, and see you in victory lane, buddy.
All right, good talking to you.
And that was the 05 of Tommy Amasi there in the 10th place position. But we are now back 1 to green. And I see a request there in the chat from Brent Kua interviewing Ken Ladd. Yeah, unfortunately, we did interview, I should say, fortunately, we did interview the 11 of Ken Ladd early on. Well, here on this lineup, we do have Adam Eisenhower with the 8 of Waylon Williams behind him. The leader, Andrew Riley, starting on the outside with the help of the 64 of Cody McFadden, going green this time. By also go green, we're going to be having, let's see, 49 laps remaining. And that pace car does dip off. Adam still holding pace. P31 of Riley puts down the floor. 64 McFadden, that seat coming. Gonna try to get around the 86 of Eisenhower here before the start finish line. And he does so successfully, bumping down Eisenhower down to the 3rd place spot. And Adam goes to the middle lane to block the run of 65 of Ray and the 8 of Williams, who did get a better restart than he did. The 8 of Williams run on the inside right now, trying to hold off a 65 of Marty Ray on the exit of turn number 2. And Williams is pulling the 57 Hunter McDaniel with him. But Hunter McDaniel goes back high to follow the line of the 65 of Marty Ray. Trying to drop the best he can against the 8 of Waylon Williams for the position number 6 here. And they do stay side by side on the exit of turn number 4. But up front, David Butt for the race lead. 3 wide. Cody McFadden, actually it's going to be Adam Eisenhower. Also 31 of Andrew Riley and Cody McFadden here, who are able to get around him. Looks like the 2 tires are not a good strategy after all, Dave.
No, definitely not. Doesn't look like the two tires there is definitely paying off for him. As we have a new race leader, the 64 of Cody McFadden, but he has got the 86 of Adam Eisenhower all over that back deck lid. And so it looks like Adam's going to put a little pressure on him, see if he can get him to make a mistake.
Oh, most definitely. And once again in the chat there, we do have Grizzly Johnson, Giuseppe Higuera, both rooting for the 40 of Joshua Gillen. We have Pat T, the usual, rooting for Travis Pryor, and also Brent Kua rooting for the 11 of Ken Ladd. That's going to be very interesting to find out who exactly brings this thing home. For the back in the pack, Dave, the 31 of Andrew Riley, still under heavy fire from the 05 of Tommy Amasi. And Tommy Amasi is not alone. He is bringing the 66 of Ralph Vanderforce with him. But 31 of Riley does stay low there to hang on to it nice and strong. 72 Brian Wasserman was all over his back bumper, did back off, gave him room in the turns. But 72 of Wasserman does have the 81 of Travis Pryor with him. And David Teclasso all the way here from the 6th place position all the way back to about the 13th. These guys are 2 wide, 66 of Ralph Vanderforce here on the outside line, 40 Joshua Gillen, 81 Travis Pryor, 72 Brian Wasserman, all on the inside line. 81 Pryor goes back high behind the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, ahead of 66 of Ralph Vanderforce here. to try and set himself up to have a sweet entry to turn number 3. Goes back down low to block the run of the 40 of Joshua Gillen. And Joshua Gillen right now trying to get a run on both the 05 of Amasi and the 81 of Travis Pratt. They're going to go 3 wide. Ralph Butterfuss in the middle. 05 of Amasi on the outside. 40 of Gillen on the inside line. 3 wide on the front stretch. The 05 of Amasi backs up to let them go back double wide. 40 of Gillen and the 16 of Ralph Butterfuss still side by side here, entering turn 1. And Robinson Gaming in the chat is rooting for, oh, that's Garrett Robinson, is rooting for the 8 of Waylon Williams. It's good to see you there, Garrett Robinson. Looks forward to seeing you back again next week, hopefully. And Dave for the back of the pack as well. Have some more battles going on between the 48 of Christopher Smith and the 19 of Andy Starcher at the same time. Off of Amasi and the 47 of Dirk Stalaker here battling side by side throughout this front stretch. These drivers are all side by side here. They do know it's go time. We have 44 laps remaining, and most likely still 1 more pit stop required, Dave, but it's very difficult to tell because these cars usually do have different tanks compared to the trucks, B cars or A cars, so it's very difficult to estimate.
Yeah, most definitely, Sean. So we are waiting to see, but as you said, I am pretty sure they have got 8-9 laps since their last pit. They are going to have to pit 1 more time to be able to make it on fuel, so hopefully we'll get to see a green flag pit stop and see how this plays out.
And Dave, at this stage in the race, I should say, if we do have a green flag pit stop, maybe more than half the field is going to be taking only 2 tires because it is going to be very close to the end.
I don't know if 2 tires is going to play. I mean, we've seen the 31 of Andrew Riley try the 2 tires. He has now dropped all the way back into 12th. So, I don't know. I think these drivers will take 4 tires and a full tank.
Oh, absolutely. Fingers crossed and see which strategies work out. Oh, almost contact between 48 of Christopher Smith and the 19 of such they were able to keep off each other. You have 1 more new viewer in the chat. Thank you for watching. That's going to be Steve. I don't even know how to pronounce your last name. Let me try. Let's see. Steve Vertifew. Rooting on the 65 of Marty Ray, currently running in the 3rd place position. With some more battles for the back in the pack. 19 of Andy Starcher. He's still trying to get around both the 48 of Smith and the 05 of the Massey. And he will get a good run on both of them and get around them before entering turn number 3. And up ahead in front of them, we do have still a battle going to 47 of Dirk Stalaker and the 31 of Andrew Riley. And Dirk in the 47 did push up on the exit of turn 4 and had no choice but to back off to avoid causing trouble, and did keep that car and scratch very nicely down on his part, but he's still trying his best to get around the 31 of Andrew Riley. And Andrew Riley once again being the only driver to take 2 tires during the last caution that we had on pit road, while everybody else, the whole entire field, did take 4 tires, but they surprisingly still being able to hold them off quite well.
Well, Sean, going back up front, Adam Eisenhower still all over that back bumper of Cody McFadden. Cody McFadden just cannot shake him as Adam Eisenhower is trying everything he can to get down to that underneath to be able to take, but here he comes, right to the back decklet of Cody McFadden. As we take a look here at the back bumper, here comes the 86 thinking about trying the inside, just can't get the run, so he drops back in line here. As we are watching here, let's switch over to the roof cam of the 64 of Cody McFadden as we watch Adam Eisenhower work. And so, I mean, he is putting some pressure on it.
Oh, absolutely. It's not helping the case of McFadden that Adam Eisenhower is that close to him. He is about a tenth of a second behind McFadden, and that means the draft is at its strongest. So that's not the best news for the 6'4" of Cody McFadden, but he's still doing an amazing job trying to hold him off for the most part. And Adam right now just pretty much trying to figure out a way to set him up. He most likely just pretty much studying him, Dave, trying to study his strongest points and his weakest points on the track, and that way he can be able to pounce and get around him. For the back in the pack, Dave, for the 4th place spot, we do have the 8 of Waylon Williams right in front of this 57 Hunter McDaniel. Hunter McDaniel is very, very close to him here. Almost, looks like in the turn there, they almost got together. But that gap does stay consistent off the exit of turn number 2. We do have the 0-3 of Don Kidder as well. Don Kidder trying to poke his nose into this battle, trying to catch 7 Hunter McDaniel here, using the draft the best he can. He does have his, looks like he's about, let's see, that's going to be about 0.4 of a second behind Hunter McDaniel. So that is in draft range. So he should be able to pull him in here before too long. And for the back of the pack, Dave, the 40 of Joshua Gillen here back in the top 10. Behind the 81 of Travis Pry. I haven't seen much of Travis Pry up front. He hasn't worked his way to the front just yet. And we now have 37 laps remaining. So right now, he is trying his best to find 5th gear, so he can be able to get up there and at least try his best to lead some laps the best he can here. Before the race is over. The race is still young, you know, we still have 37 laps like I talked about, and it's not over until it's over. Anything can happen. It can go from good to bad to good in a hurry, because it is a very, very fast track with very fast drivers, and things do tend to go south in a hurry due to that stiff competition going on the track. And for the back in the pack, Dave, the 19 of Andy Starcher here trying to get around the 05 Tommy Amasi. 05 of Amasi was just go around the 19 of Andy Starcher there for position number 13. But Andy Starcher now has the that's going to be the 59 of David White right behind.
Well, Sean, with just 36 laps remaining, we're getting to that point where that pit window is going to open. Hopefully, these drivers got about 16 to 17 laps on their tires. So, probably within the next 10 laps, we should start seeing some pit stops.
Yep, that's a very, very good estimate on your part. And yep, these drivers right now, and Dave, these drivers do have a caution. That will mean that that most likely is going to mean that they'll be able to make it all the way. So some drivers just might be hoping for a caution so they can be able to get bunched up, and also knowing that they will be able to make it the remainder of the race. If that caution does not come out, it's all going to come down to the best pit strategy, fastest entry, and fastest exit. But once again, a race can be won or lost on pit road, so the drivers have to be extra careful and have to have their pit crews alert in order for them to be successful on and off pit road. But Dave, going back up front here, Adam Eisenhower has now lost a lot of time against the leader, 6'4" of Cody McFadden. That did go from a 1/10 of a second to now 8/10 of a second and increasing.
Yeah, he might have burned his stuff up trying to get around the 64 of Cody McFadden, but now he is under fire from the 65 of Marty Ray. Marty Ray wanting to move up into that second position as they are side by side here coming through the front stretch.
Yep, Marty Ray does get around him here for the 2nd place spot, and that bumps Adam Eisenhower down to the 3rd place position. And yeah, that's absolutely right. Adam most likely has burned his stuff up at this point and is now being shown about 1.5 seconds and increasing behind the leader, 64 of Cody McFadden. And Marty Ray is now pulling away after just recently just getting around him. So yeah, that's some bad news for Adam Eisenhower. But most likely trying to figure out the best pit strategy, because those pit strategies most likely will be what save these drivers here. That they most likely will be able to make up a lot of time on and off pit road for their benefit. For the back in the pack, Dave, we do have the 40 of Joshua Gillen being shown about 5/10 ahead of the 66 of Ralph Vanderforce. His next enemy for position here, right behind him in the 10th place position. And Ralph here, Mr. Highside himself here with the Extreme Motorsports Pro Can-Am Series this season. He is doing an amazing job this far. I haven't seen much of him up front, but he is being still shown in the top 10.
Well, Sean, with just 32 laps remaining, we are going to step away for our final commercial break of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Give everybody a chance to get a refill of their drink, refill their snacks, and we'll be right back with the conclusion of the Alpha 250 here at Auto Club.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show under the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alpha 250 for Round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Pro K&N Series, brought to you by iRacing Broadcast Overlay and Graphics iBog. Check them out at ibog.co with Jason Allison. Well, going back to the race, ladies and gentlemen, we have had our first round of green flag, I should say our first and final round of green flag pit stops. We have a new leader at the moment, 03 Don Kidder Jr., but he has pitted in. So far we have Don Kidder, Andrew Riley, I should say actually the whole entire field has now pitted in at this point. And once things cycle out, we will have a new leader. It's going to be passed on back to the previous race leader, 64, of Cody McFadden. And speaking of Cody McFadden right now, he is on the back straightaway, catching up to some lap traffic. 1990 starts to 36, Jason Eisenhower, 18 of Rick Mason, 48, Christopher Smith, and also a couple of other drivers out there, Timothy McGrayer as well. Also the 10 of Caleb Daniels. So at this point, Dave, that's the everybody else will be taking advantage of just pretty much going to be hoping that Cody McFadden gets slowed down by the lap traffic.
Yeah, most definitely 23 laps to go here tonight in the Alpha 250. So this is the time. This is where the pit strategy is going to play. Is we see Cody McFadden out to just about a 2.5 second lead over the 65 of Marty Ray.
And speaking of Marty Ray, comparing his pit stop compared to that of, actually comparing Marty Ray's pit stop to both the 64 McFadden and the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, he did have a very, very fast time on pit road. Looks like he had a 12.7 second pit stop compared to Cody McFadden, which had a 13.1 second pit stop, and versus Adam Eisenhower, who had a 13.7 second pit stop. So therefore, Marty Ray did have a second faster pit stop against Adam Eisenhower. I'm not sure if he was able to pull that off, but that was some great pit crew action there on and off pit road. 4 tires, full tank of gas for 22 laps remaining at this point, and further back in the pack here. And now, Dave, because of all these pit stops, the field is now spread out a lot. And so for the closest drivers we have here would be Hunter McDaniel. Actually, that just changed. It was Hunter McDaniel and Joshua Gillen. It seemed as though that gap has now increased, but right now Hunter is now trying to catch up to the 81 of Travis Pryor. And remember, Dave, in the beginning I talked about how we haven't seen much of Travis Pryor in the front of the race, on the front with the Cody McFadden and Marty Ray, Adam Eisenhower, Hunter McDaniel. But now look at that, Dave. After those pit stops, he's now in 5th place. He was below the top 10 before we went to commercial. And further back in the pack, Ralph van der Voort right now riding in the draft of the 05 of Tommy Amasi for the 9th place position. Ralph van der Voort goes to the outside line, set himself up for the entrance to turn number 1 here to have his very sweet and smooth precision, or I should say drive through the turns. He gets around the 05 of Tommy Amasi here. No, but he gets around on him, and he's going to try and look to his inside on the backstretch.
Yeah, most definitely, Sean. 20 laps to go. These guys are running about 40-second lap times, so these laps are ticking down. So, but right now, Cody McFadden actually has taken over the lead as far as leading the most laps. Right now, as he is working his way around, he has led 42 laps. Adam Eisenhower 42 laps, so he is going to take over the point for leading the most laps.
Oh man, very impressive indeed for Cody McFadden and Dave. Unfortunately, we had one driver smack the wall off the exit of 425 of Timothy McBrayer here, being shown the first driver a lap down. So he is hoping for a caution so he can be able to get his lap back and be back on the lead lap and fight these guys for position on the lead lap. And the 19 of Andy Starcher here so far being shown the last driver on the lead lap, and he does have 6'4". Cody McFadden right behind him. And right now, 19 of Andy Starcher has found 5th gear, trying to keep the 6'4" McFadden behind him for the longest time possible, hoping for a caution before McFadden catches up to him. But so far, McFadden is reeling him in at a fast rate every single lap.
Yeah, most definitely here. So, Adam Eisenhower sitting there in 3rd. He is catching up to the 65 of Marty Ray. He is wanting to take that position. 17 laps remaining here at Auto Club.
17 laps remaining. These drivers can make it the remainder of the way. It is go time. It has always been go time ever since the drop of the green flag, the first green flag run that we had. But now it actually is go time. A lot more take than give. No giving whatsoever, I think, but a lot more taking, as the drivers know they need to make it count here. They want to be in the best spot possible if a caution were to come out or anything along those lines. And so far, the drivers do have all the way from about 8 laps on their tires to about 11 laps on their tires. Cody McFadden having the most laps on his tires this far, as he was one of the drivers who did pit in the earliest. And right now, Dave, 6'5" Marty Ray is now pulling him in at a very fast rate, lap after lap.
Yeah, most definitely. This is where it's going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Can Cody McFadden hold on to it, as he is now a 1.2 second lead over Marty Ray. But Marty Ray is also bringing the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, as these guys are now starting to work their way through some lap traffic.
Yep, Cody McFadden just got around the 19 of Andy Starcher. So it looks like next victim in line to be a lap down will be the 36 of Jason Eisenhower here, who is being shown the last driver on the lead lap. But right now, Jason has put his hammer down through the floor. He has made that floorboard deeper. He has made a hole in the floorboard so he can get the most speed out of that machine to try and outrun the leader, who is right behind him, coming at him like a hungry lion. So Jason is trying not to fall prey to the 64 of McFadden here on the exit of turn number 4, and going for the back of the pack, 59 of David White, being shown about 2 seconds behind his next victim for position, 03 of Don Kidder Jr. At the same time, let's see, Don Kidder's next victim in line for position is going to be the 47 of Dirk Staliker, and Dirk is being shown about 12 seconds behind the leader, while 03 of Kidder is being shown about 21 seconds behind the leader. So that is quite the gap to be made by Don Kidder. Not sure what happened. Oh, Dave. Adam Eisenhower is on pit road and his motor is not running.
Well, we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay, see if we can see what happened to the 86 of Adam Eisenhower as he was running in that 3rd position here. Let's take a look here. Not sure, coming down the backstretch there, he was just losing all kind of power, and he took it right down onto the apron, so not sure exactly what happened there, Sean.
Yeah, Dave, I was riding on his in-car, and that engine started sputtering. So, Dave, he was short on gas. I mean, he did pit in with the rest of the field, but by the looks of it, he took way less gas. And because of that, he did end up running out. Very unfortunate. And as we speak, he is trying his best to roll into his pit stall so he can be able to get back out there. But this is a very fast track. He will be going a lap or more down here in a hurry. But he's finally made it down into his pit stall, his pit box.
Well, take a look at this, Sean. The 65 of Marty Ray has caught the 64 of Cody McFadden. So we have a battle for the race lead here as these two are battling out with just 12 laps remaining.
Man, Marty Ray coming out of nowhere. Last time we checked on Marty Ray and started to check on him and between, or him versus Cody McFadden, he was about a second, 9/10 to a second behind Cody. By within 1 to 2 laps, he did gain 8/10 of a second against Cody and is now all over him. So Cody most likely must have burned up his stuff trying to run away from the rest of the field, Dave, and now it's coming to bite him.
Well, it's either that or maybe Cody McFadden ran into some lap traffic, had to back her down, slow her down. That led to 65 of Marty Ray to wheel him in. We are now 11 laps to go, so we are coming on the 10 to go point with the 65 of Marty Ray right behind our race leader, the 64 of Cody McFadden.
This is going to make Steve in the chat very, very happy. His pick for the win here tonight. Marty Ray has made up a lot of time and is now all over this leader. And if Marty Ray wins tonight's race, that will give him his first win of the season, because Cody already has 3 wins and Hunter McDaniel 1. And also Gary Robinson himself. It's going to be interesting to see exactly how this thing plays out. And Marty Ray right now trying to play mind games against Cody McFadden, trying to set him up here, trying to make him drive in his rear view so he can be likely to make a mistake here. So Marty Ray can be able to benefit off of that mistake. And as we speak here, entering turn number 3, it looks like Marty Ray has backed off, most likely to try and maybe trick Cody McFadden into thinking he's a little bit slower than him. But then when Cody McFadden underestimates him the most, he will end up pouncing. And now we have, let's see, 9 laps remaining, the 9 lap to go mark here on lap number 128 of 136. And for the back of the pack, Dave, we do have the 8 of Waylon Williams, who just lost a spot to the 81 of Travis Pryor. Travis Pryor, man on a mission in 3rd place here. His next victim in line is going to be about, let's see, 1.8 seconds ahead of him. That's going to be 65 of Marty Ray. And right now, Travis is trying his best to get her to increase the gap in between him and the 8 of Waylon Williams. At the same time, Williams is trying his best to hang on to the draft of Pryor so he can be able to pull him in here before this thing is over. We now have 8 laps remaining. The more the laps count down, the more these drivers push it. because they know that it has been go time, and in the next 2 laps, if the caution comes out, that should end the race.
Yeah, most definitely. Taking a look here, lap 132. The next flag will end the race on lap 132, so we got 3 laps. Once we hit that 3-lap mark, any flag comes out, that is going to end the race here, as we have had a pretty good green flag stint here at the end of the race, Sean.
Oh, absolutely, David. It is really showing the potential of these drivers. Those first couple of laps are just pretty much getting used to the handling of these machines on a track with no banking and a very bumpy track at the exact same time. A couple of drivers were claimed by the apron in turn 2 and turn 4, but it has been an amazing race overall. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And looking at the chat there, looks like Marty Ray is the father to Steve Vertifew there in the chat. Very, very good to see you again there, Steve. And once we interview Marty Ray, we'll let him know that you're supporting him there in the chat.
Taking a look at our late race report, we are being led by the 64 of Cody McFadden. We have had 6 cautions here tonight, 10 lead changes. Right now, our fastest lap of the night with a 39.054. That is going to be the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, who we saw just kind of get into the wall there, but still running strong there in the fifth position.
And there we have 3 drivers very close together here. 40 Joshua Gillen, 47 Dirk Staliker, 05 Tommy Amasa here. These 3 drivers are going to be having a battle going at it. This week 47 of Dirk looking at the inside of the 72. Sorry, the 40 of Joshua Gillen, who will stay high to try and fight him off. And Joshua has sustained some right front damage on the machine from the last time we last checked on him. And that 47 of Dirk Staliker trying to get around him here on the exit of turn 4. He finally successfully clears him. But the 40 of Gillen gets a slingshot off turn number 4. He's going to have him here before turn 1. Yes! He occupies outside line right quarter panel at the same time pulling the 05 of Tommy Amasi on the outside line with 5 laps remaining, lap 132. But they do go back down to single file. The 05 of Amasi was able to get to catch up to the 40 of Gillen and the 47 of Staliker. Now the 40 of Joshua Gillen all over the 47 of Staliker like fudge cake on Sunday.
Well, with 5 laps to go, going back up front, Cody McFadden still got Marty Ray right there behind him. Marty Ray is looking to try to get around him. Cody McFadden is doing everything he can to keep him behind him. There in 3rd position is going to be the 81 of Travis Pryor. He's got some distance to make up, but he has right now about 2.1 seconds between him and the 57 of Hunter McDaniel.
And Marty Ray up front looking at the inside of the 6'4 of Cody McFadden. McFadden pushes way wide. And because that 6'5 of Marty Ray takes over the race lead here on lap number 134. Game changer for Marty Ray. 3 laps remaining this time by Cody McFadden in 2nd place. Gonna try and back it up and do it all over again. Take what was rightfully his, which was that race lead. And Marty Ray leading his 1st lap of tonight's race. Very impressive here by Marty Ray. 6'4 McFadden all over his back bumper here. 6'5 gonna defend. Nope. He lets him occupy his inside line on the backstretch.
Yeah, no reason to push it too hard. We are 3 laps to go, coming through turns 3 and 4. They're going to get to 2 to go this time by. Marty Ray is going to maintain that lead, but here comes Cody McFadden. He is going to take it down next to the white line here. As they cross the start-finish line, he is going to try to get to that inside. Just not able to do it. Having to back it down a little earlier to get that nice arc into turn 1 and 2. Marty Ray is our race leader here with 2 to go, and only just leading 2 laps so far.
Oh man, yep, the next flag or the next lap will be the final lap. The white flag will be flying here. Marty Ray exiting turn 4 this time by 6'4 McFadden. Gonna be trying to set him up. 6'4 with a big run on him there on the exit of 4. Let's see what happens here in the front stretch. Dave 64 McFadden backs off. That's most likely trying to set him up, trying to maybe back up and get an even bigger run on the exit of the turns. I thought Cody McFadden was going to pounce on Marty Ray, but he did decide to lift off the gas after having that big run on him here on the exit of 2 days. Still stays single file, and that gap in between them does increase.
Yes, they are now coming into turn number 3. One more turn, now entering turn 4. Marty Ray. Is he going to hold off the hard-charging 64 Cody McFadden? He is. Marty Ray is going to take his first checkered flag here in the Extreme Motorsports K&N Pro Series, sponsored by Eyeball.
Oh, man. Great job by these drivers. Marty Ray having his first win of the season. 64 Cody McFadden coming out second. Travis Pryor third. Hunter McDaniel fourth. And Ken Ladd in the 5th place spot. Rounding up the top 5. Holy cow, what a race by these drivers. An amazing performance indeed. Those green flag pit-stops definitely did spread out this field. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be interviewing the top 3 drivers, Marty Ray, Cody McFadden, Travis Pryor. So stay tuned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the top 3 drivers and also the 48 of Christopher Smith here. We have Marty Ray, Cody McFadden, Travis Pryor, and Christopher Smith. We're going to start with tonight's race with Marty Ray having his first win of the season. An impressive performance. He did lead the laps that mattered the most, was I believe the last 3 to 4 laps. Gonna go up there, Marty.
Hey, Sean. Good. How you doing? Crazy race.
Yeah, man, I am doing good. And holy cow, Marty. That was quite the move on your part at the very end, and I should say you have a very big fan in the chat there. Your son, Steve, was supporting you all race long tonight, and is very excited as we speak. Any words for him?
Oh, yeah. That was a tough race. Those guys up at the front, Adam and Cody and Hunter McDaniel, all those guys were really fast, and I, had a hard time getting anywhere. I stayed in 6th place for a lot of the race, and then just kind of paced myself. And towards the end there, I saw Cody letting up, and I figured, oh, I better let up too. And sure enough, I only had about a half a gallon at the end.
Oh, dang, 10-4. That was quite a calculation on your part. And Marty, on that, the first and final green flag pit stops that we had here tonight, coming to the end of the race, you did have the fastest pit stop on the entire field on everybody else out there. How were you able to succeed on that? Because you were sandwiched in between Cody McFadden and I believe that was Hunter McDaniel, and you did beat them. You had a faster time compared to them.
I just came in and stopped right on my mark, and the guys were right on the tires right away. And as soon as they dropped the car, I was on the fuel and got out of there. Nothing special.
Oh, copy that, man. That was amazing seeing you work your way through that field. You're starting the 6th place spot, was able to stay out of trouble and be there when it mattered the most towards the very end, leading the most important laps and bringing it home. Away from 6-4 of Cody McFadden here, having your first win of the season. We do want to congratulate you on that. And buddy, any expectations for our next race at Kentucky?
Yeah, that's a tough track. I'm looking forward to that. It's a night race as well, so it should be a lot of fun. We had a good practice race last night, so definitely looking forward to it.
Oh, copy that, buddy. Oh, probably good final words.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Vern Bradley for running this race tonight, and Rick For sure. Also, ExtremeMotorsports99.com, iBorg, and Elite for helping sponsor this for us. Thanks a lot for that.
Once again, congratulations on your first win, your 4th top 5, and your 5th top 10. And we look forward to seeing you again next week at Kentucky Speedway. And once again, Steve in the chat says, great job, Pops.
Hey, thanks, son. Appreciate it.
And that was tonight's race winner, Marty Ray. But right behind him is our current points leader. 64 of Cody McFadden already has 3 wins on his belt, 3 top 5s. Oh, this is going to be his 4th top 5 and 5th top 10. Gonna come up there, Cody?
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Wish I would have pitted a lap later on that last pit stop, but overall second's pretty good.
Oh, 10-4, and man, you did an amazing job in the beginning of the race there, Cody. You had your biggest opponent there, by what it looked, by the looks of it, 86 of Adam Eisenhower, who did take the pole. He had, he took the pole and had first place qualifying time. In that first run that we had, it was about 24 laps of green flag racing, and he did seem to be pulling away from him, but then towards the very end of that run, you did seem to, you started catching up to him, and then the caution came out and really interrupted your pace there. But tell us about that, the first couple of runs.
Yeah, I really tried to, stay with him, but also save some tires at the same time. Kind of sad to see that caution come out, because I like those green flag pit stops. But it happens, and you just got to roll with it.
Oh, copy that, buddy. Well, it was good seeing you finish in the 2nd place spot after qualifying. It's in the 2nd place position. You have done an amazing job this far. You have been leading the points for the longest time possible. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. You're doing things right, and we look forward to seeing you in the chase. And just continue spanking these guys and bringing a competition every single week, just like you keep doing. Oh, but before I let you go, any final words?
Yeah, just thanks to Vern and everybody that puts this on, and ExtremeMotorsports99.com, iBog, and Elite, for putting this series on. It's a really good series. I really enjoy it. I won't be with y'all next week, but look forward to getting back into it the week after.
Oh, copy that, Cody. Well, it's going to be interesting to see you come back and try and take back that points lead. Well, that's if you lose it, but most likely won't, because you do have a lot of points due to your success this far. But yeah, once again, congratulations on your success tonight. We look forward to seeing you after next week's race. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
And that was Cody McFadden, our current points leader. But right behind him is a ghost, a driver we didn't see much of in the front until the very end, after the last round of green flag pit stops. 81 of Travis Pryor, making Pat T proud in the chat. Gonna come up there, Travis?
Yes, I do. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty pumped right there. I'm really excited about that finish and how that race turned out.
Man, Travis, we didn't see much of you at the very beginning, but then all of a sudden you did pick your nose into those battles and found yourself in the top 3. How were you able to, basically, what was your strategy all night long that worked so well? Was it you just pretty much trying to stay in the back, acting slow, and making these guys underestimate you, and then pounce at the very end?
No, by no means. I was trying to, act like I was slow. I was definitely struggling at the beginning of the race. It just took me a little bit to figure out what I needed to do with the car and make my way back up there. I knew I had a top 5 car for sure, hopefully. So with a little bit of help from the teammates, I was able to work my way through the field, and luckily I was able to get some good pit strategy going on that last run.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. We want to congratulate you on your success here tonight. Once again, making Pat T proud there in the chat, and very, very successful night on your part. And we look forward to seeing you again for the next race at Kentucky Speedway. And hopefully you increase that momentum or double the momentum so you can be able to get 2 spots higher and have a win at Kentucky Speedway. Oh, but before I go, any final words?
Yeah, I just want to thank Extreme Motorsports. Got a great league going right here. Most competitive racing I've been in on here. Want to thank Maverick Motorsports. Without them, there's no telling where I'd be tonight and all the other previous races I've been in. Thank Pat T for blowing up the comments, making me feel happy out there, seeing the good news, and kind of thank my uncle out there. He's helped me get to where I am, and we had some good times at this track ourselves. So I want to thank all that and everyone watching.
Once again, Travis, congratulations on your success here tonight. Very, very nicely done on your part. It's very, very good to see you coming back week in and week out, trying to spank these guys. You do have a couple of bad races here and there, but it's very good to see you coming back with greater momentum here and very determined to get the job done despite what the track throws your way. And once again, buddy, congratulations, and see you again next race.
Thank you. See you then.
And that was the third place driver, 81 of Travis Pryor. And now next in line, we do have the 48 of Christopher Smith here, who did finish in the 16th place spot after having a lot of heavy battles all race long. Gonna go up there, Chris?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. A little tired after that one. We had we pretty much battled all night there.
Man, battling you guys did, and holy cow, Chris, it was nice seeing you trying to just make different grooves work out there, because it did seem as though there was only one preferred groove for everybody else, but it was nice seeing you changing your race line every lap after lap, trying to just pretty much trying to find your sweet spots. But basically, how's your race and how's the car handling tonight?
The car fired off pretty good. The first couple laps we started, up front, top 10, and I thought after the first couple laps we could have stayed there, and I made a mistake on my part, didn't get in the corner like I needed to, and kind of drifted up and tapped the wall, and that made me drift back, and then I got into it again, and then that was the first round of green flag stop, so we had to wait for the stop to get the car better, but then it seemed like we just had issue after issue after that. Couldn't ever get my line, get my rhythm. Got back there in the back and just kind of rode around trying to find something to work for me. I was searching high and low everywhere trying to get the car to go. I felt like I'd get in a rhythm and we'd have quite a few good laps there, and then I'd wear the tires out and they would kind of fall off. But all in all, I enjoyed it. It was a rough night, but I still enjoyed it.
Oh, copy that, Chris. Very, very nice to hear that from you. Despite having some bad luck here and there, it was good seeing you just battling as hard as you could to make up as much time as possible here, and just pretty much trying to stay consistent and trying to find that groove. But buddy, with that said, what do you think you have to work on, or any changes you need to make in order to be more successful at Kentucky next week?
Mainly me. I don't know. I got to figure out how these boys are going so fast. I don't know if it's my rhythm. I don't know if I'm pushing the car too hard in certain spots or what. I feel like I get in a pretty good rhythm there, and then something happens and I'll kind of lose it a little bit. But all in all, I feel like I got to get a little better rhythm with the car, and this iRacing and everything's new to me, so I'm still learning the ropes and still learning the pit calls, and pit road is another issue. I'm trying to work on that. I've been practicing a lot trying to get the pit road speed down, and so I can get on and off pit road a little quicker. I think that would help out. I see some improvements tonight, a lot compared to last weekend, so I feel better about that. But all in all, I just got to get in the rhythm with these cars and see if we can't get her to go to the front.
Oh, copy. That sounds like a plan, and we look forward to seeing that action on the track from you next week. And hopefully, man, you can have your first win and spank these boys, and just make them have a good view of your taillights.
I hope so. I think we're gonna get there. Like I said, I got some work to do on my end and trying to figure these cars out a little bit, but we're gonna get there. I got faith. We're gonna be up front contending for too long.
Oh, that's what we like to hear. And buddy, before you go in, final words.
Yeah, I would like to thank Extreme Motorsports for putting this league on, man. I've had a blast. I look forward to it every week. Can't wait to get in here and race with these guys. Thank Vernon and all them. They do a superb job of calling the race and making sure everything's in line and everybody's straight. And I want to thank y'all for commentating, and it's a good show to watch on Tuesday mornings.
Oh, 10-4, buddy. Well, congratulations on tonight's race, but I look forward to seeing you again next week. And we do thank you for the kind words. And go celebrate, buddy, and see you again next week.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good week.
And that was the 48 of Christopher Smith, and that does round up our interviews for the top 3 drivers. Marty Ray having his first win, Sixpo Koenig in second, Travis Pryor third, and Christopher Smith here in the 16th place position. Hard charger here, tried his best. He had some ups and downs, but look forward to him recovering there next week for the Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway for round number 8 once again next week. Well, it was an amazing race. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And Dave, I am speechless. I talked my mind off. There was so much action on the track. I couldn't keep up with all of it, but we did try our best to keep up with it the best we could. These guys do put on a good show every single week. And if you guys like to be a part of this action, check them out at ExtremeMotorsports99.com. And they do have everything that you need to know. Any final words, Dave?
Yeah, it was a great race. We saw a long green flag stint there at the end. We've seen the green flag pit stops. It took a little while for these drivers to get it. I mean, we didn't have a whole lot of cautions, but it was just an overall great race tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight. This was the Alpha 250, round 7 of the Extreme Motorsports Pro Can-Am Series, brought to you by iRacing, Broadcast Overlay, and Graphics. Check them out at ibog.co. And the next race will be next week, Monday, on the 17th, round 8, entitled Pit Light 125 at Kentucky Speedway. That's a very nice track as well. We should expect to see a lot of side-by-side, 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, for lucky, maybe even... For lucky, I guess 4 wide, because it does bring out a lot of competition out of these drivers. The next broadcast will be tomorrow night with the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series for round 7 at Auto Club, entitled the iBog Broadcast Overlays 65. So we look forward to seeing you guys again there. And if you guys like what you saw here tonight, don't forget to hit the subscribe button here on the Dre Broadcasting Network so you get notified every single time we go live, because we are live 6 nights a week. So you guys are always kept fed. Different tracks, different machines, different drivers, different leagues. Everything's different except for the excitement. It always stays nothing but high and gets nothing but higher with every single race. I am Sean Zulu and Dave Everly, and have a good race. And have a good night, and thanks for watching.